And I guess we are live now. Yeah, at least my team says that we are live. Great to see everyone. One more time, thank you for all the founders and investors for joining this pitching session by InnMind. In YouTube, we also have community that will be watching us live, and quite a number of VC partners who committed to watch the recorded version and give their feedback and comments regarding startups presenting here today. And speaking about focus and topic of this session. So this session is specifically for Ukrainian startups and Ukrainian startup founders, because we want to shorten their way for investors and for funding to scale internationally, to move their businesses to Europe, or if it is already here, to scale it further. Yeah, I don't want to make any kind of political speech, but definitely due to the ongoing situation, we need to provide all possible support and say our word that we are about tech in 2022. We need to focus on saving lives and not destroying them, on positive things, on building and not breaking, on developments and not returning back to the mid-centuries. So I hope that this session and this type of activities will make at least some impact and help you guys to scale your teams and to demonstrate to the world that bright talents and a lot of great technologies, great companies, great founders will appear on the market very soon and prove your capacity of building something beautiful. And before we switch to the pitching part of today's session, I want to present to you the VC investors that are here in Zoom, looking for great projects to invest in and to support your further development. And first of all, I want to give the word to Oskar Stachowiak from the Untitled Ventures, our good friends and partners who are constantly searching for great startups and have a very good track record. So Oskar, would you like to give some few words about the Untitled investment focus?
Sure. Thanks very much, Nelly. And your intro hit it right correctly. The situation is obviously no one wants it. It's horrible. We're against it. We continue to support Ukrainian founders as we have before. But on the background of the Untitled Ventures, we have focused on former Soviet Union plus EU, East Europe, and which obviously Ukraine is a big part of this talent pool. And we have quite a few successes out of Ukraine. And despite this situation, we are willing to do deals, basically. That's what we do. We do stuff that other people don't wish to do. Hence, we do well from this perspective. And we focus on any company, let's call it in broader perspective, we focus on deep tech. That's where we have a lot of, let's say, expertise on. And so anything AI, data management, robotics, and industrial, what the industrial can mean actually any sector that historically has heavy capital stock, meaning that machinery, plant, let's say plant and equipment, yes, but of course it's not just a physical gadget, it has to have a software component, and med tech and agricultural technologies also. So thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Oskar. And yeah, I hope that you will find some huge unicorns here today. And now I want to give a word to another great VC that is first time today with us on InnMind Pitching Session. So Leanox and Paulina Jansch and Sir Vogel. So who of you wants to make a brief intro about Leanox?
Hey guys, yeah. We actually have been with you guys for a long time now. We have also been to your event in Barcelona. You remember that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not on online pitching session.
Okay.
They've been with me.
Great to be here.
My bad.
No worries. It's great to be here. Always fun with you guys, and we really support also the cause that you're standing for, especially with this event you're creating here. I think it's very important to stick together in these times. Yes, we are pretty young. We just started last year. We are focusing on impact investing and are really open to invest everywhere in the world. We are based in Barcelona, and we are excited to meet some really interesting people here today. And thank you so much for inviting us.
Awesome, Thor. Thanks a lot for your brief intro. And now the word to Acrobator VC, Joachim Lacker and Mike Raper. Who of you wants to give a word?
Hey guys, so Mike from Acrobator, thanks a lot InnMind for organizing this. We're 4 partners. One of our partners is also half Ukrainian. We've invested in several Ukrainian companies. We're like a pre-seed seed fund, investing up to 1.5 million in ticket size, but we can also follow up in Series A, B, C onwards for special vehicles. We, like all of us, we've started our companies, own companies before. We've been investing for more than 10 years, and we have 2 core areas of focus. That's artificial intelligence and growth marketing, where we can go very deep. So yeah, very curious and excited to hear more.
Considering your focus, I guess that you will find some good sweet spots here. Thank you, Mike. Last but not least, Luz Adel from Draper B1. Luz. Hi, Luz. Do you hear us? Oh, we don't hear you. Maybe you're muted. Yeah.
Hi. Sorry, I was attending a call. So sorry.
Could you please give a brief intro of Draper B1, your investment focus and criteria?
Okay. Yes, so I'm Luz Adel from Draper B1. We are a venture capital firm based in Spain, Valencia. We are early investors, so we have 3 funds under management. The last one was launched in 2020. It's actively investing. And our sweet spot is B2B startups, mainly marketplaces, SaaS and on-demand services. But opportunistically, we can do other type of companies. And we mainly invest in Spanish companies, but we also can do we have a small budget for abroad investments. So our first ticket is 250K, and we can go up to 1.5 million for company.
Mm-hmm. And about sector specifics?
We are industry agnostic, so we can do all type of investments. But right now we are focused on blockchain, AI, also gaming or cloud gaming. So that type of investments. And well, we are part of the Draper Venture Network, so we are part of an alliance. So we are 22 firms worldwide, 3 in Europe. So we have common resources in San Francisco. So we have a team there working for business development, internationalization of the portfolio, and so on. So super nice to be here, and let me know if we can help, not only for investment, also for advice or anything else.
Thanks a lot, Luz. It was really very clear and self-explanatory pitch about Draper B1.
Thank you.
Yeah, so one more time, I remind to all the startup founders that please try to keep your pitch up to 5 minutes longer, because we need to spend more time for Q&A with investors to dig deeper. I'm sure that you can do it perfectly. And as Mark said, ladies first, so I want to invite Natalie Trusova or Svetlana Sutirina from the company with intriguing name Lookers. So girls, who of you will be presenting? Natalie, right?
Yeah, nice to meet you, everyone.
Nice to meet you, Natalie. You can
share my screen.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, quite okay.
Okay, I'll speak louder maybe so everyone can hear me. 1 second. Okay, you can see my screen now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Natalie, and today I will present you Lookers. What is Lookers? Lookers is a SaaS service for online fashion retailers. We combine fashion patterns and machine learning to create a tool that helps you to instantly generate outfits with no stylist, both for men and women. At this point, we offer 3 main services for our clients: machine learning powered looks in real time, similar items, and text. While working on Lookers, our team was focused on solving 3 main challenges that online fashion retailers are facing. First is huge losses in revenue due to not efficient catalog management system and poor visibility of items. Also finding new ways of upsell and cross-sell, and making shopping experience more interactive and engaging. And looks like we were able to solve it, as we see 8% in revenue growth after placing our widget, and I'll share more details later. So how typically shopping flow looks like? You open a website and then you open a product page. And from product page, you would typically see a few types of content recommendation, similar items, or sometimes retailer would show you looks. And these looks are pre-selected by stylist or maybe by photo shooting that was done before. And with Lookers, you can have a widget installed, and just in one click, it will be open, and you can start generating new outfits instantly with no stylist, just by clicking on a button. Plus, if you scroll widget down, you would see similar items as well. So here you can also see demo version of mobile size. So the widget can be customized in terms of functionality and design. Placement may be different. It can be on a separate page, on the main page, on the product page, and also additional filters can be applied. So for example, you can see outfits only for a particular collection or season. Here are some key metrics we are able to reach after placing the widget. The main are time spent on the website, 50% plus 50%, plus 80% in revenue growth. And on average, users create 8 looks or more. At the moment, we are working or in contact with 5 clients, and we have monthly recurring revenue around $7,500 per month. We are working on a SaaS model, so it's monthly subscription, but we are also flexible to switch it to CPC if needed, depends on the client. Looking into the future, we are actively working on improving our service, acquiring new clients, and on growth, and also adding new features. Our cost of acquisition is around $3,000 and $5,000, and average size of a client is around $10,000. We are serving different clients, and size of a client depends on the traffic. So it can be anywhere between 2 million and up to 15 million traffic per month or more. So our potential clients are online fashion retailers that have over 5,000 SKUs and more, and they need to have both clothing, shoes, and accessories. And in terms of locations, we are flexible, and the market we are operating, or obtainable market for us, is $7.5 billion. In terms of competition, we don't have any direct competitor, and our main exclusive features that we do it fully automatically with no stylist. So the best advantage is that we can reduce cost, and also we can scale our solution. Here is our client. With this client, we are able to reach 8%, between 8 and 20% of monthly revenue plus after placing the widget. And on every dollar they spend with us, we generate them $8. Main goals for fundraising now is additional funding for marketing and PR, and also attending events for acquiring new clients and growing our service. And also we are working on new features like complimentary service, like 3D fitting room and static looks that we want to add for our clients. At this point, we are a small but ambitious team of 4 people, where our founder, Svetlana, has a background in fashion retail business, and the service is actually her idea. Miroslav is responsible for tech part, and me and Anna are responsible for business and operation for our service. And yeah, so that's it from my presentation, and I'm ready for your questions.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Natasha. And yeah, questions from investors. I see that Oscar unmuted himself. Oscar, please.
Hi, thanks, Natasha. Just on your competition, because it's, I don't have exact names, but I believe you do have competition, because I've seen the similar products before.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I can't recall exactly, but maybe you can enlighten me,
Okay,
differentiate somehow.
So yeah, so here during my presentation, I was showing you this slide, and if I have additional slides, maybe that would explain better. So in terms of competition, we have 2 types of competitors. First is similar services, and maybe the service that you saw was like stylistic. That's the one that is like now the most popular in this niche. And also we see our competitor, other just online retailers itself, for example, Farfetch, because in Farfetch they have like own teams that also developing similar solutions. So when company at that level as a Farfetch, yeah, potentially they can also have their own team and working on similar solution, and they probably would like to use their own solution instead of a third-party solution. But in terms of third-party solution, there are not that many. Yes, there are similar, there are like competitors, but there are no competitors that do it fully automatically and also able to generate endless amount of outfits instantly from a widget, and also that would be that easy to install and implement the solution as our service.
Great. Thanks. I think that competitive advantage is quite clear right now. Mike, question from your side?
Yeah, and just to clarify, so what's the ACV currently? So the average contract value of customers, and how do you see this grow? Just want to understand the unit economics a bit better.
Yeah, so as I said, that average size, like, or recurrent revenue per month from a client would be from 5 to 10 $10,000 US per month. And you ask about CAC, right?
No. Well, ACV, just the contract value, but that's fine. So your average, you're calculating with 10K MRR per customer.
Yes, it's not like, okay, maybe here would be more clear. The recurrent revenue, as we are working on, like, we based our contract size on the traffic, and let's say, like, because from month to month traffic might also depend on our current clients that we have. For example, we would have at some months that are not very good months, maybe 5,000, but like, it can go up if the traffic is going higher.
And have you, just to understand, have you tried this at large volumes? So the 8% that you mentioned in terms of like revenue increase, which is great.
Yeah, 8. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so at what volumes have you tested this with customers, and what's the stage there?
So with our current client, 8 is average, and we were able to get like to 20 in like November and December last year. And I think it's like, it's due to, like, it's more like popular month, like more busy months for e-commerce due to holidays. So with their traffic, it's like around few millions, and it's go higher, so we are able to achieve higher results.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for questions, Mike. Yeah. Any other questions from VCs to Lucas? Okay, seems there are no more questions for the moment. So the rest questions you can go privately on a follow-up call. Thanks a lot, Natasha, for your presentation.
Yeah, and thank you for giving us chance, and not only our startup, but all startups. Very nice of you. Thank you.
Mark will contact you later on to follow up. And right now we are switching to the next startup, Bank of Memories, and Irina Savitska.
Hello, everyone. Do you hear me well?
Yes, very well.
Okay, great. And I share my screen. Yeah, so my name is Irina. I'm CEO and co-founder of the Bank of Memories. And before I start, I just want to ask you and think about what's a digital wealth for you? What do you consider a digital wealth? Our product is based on a decentralized system of storage. So this is a crypto project. This is a blockchain-based project. What we do here and why we created Bank of Memories is for your digital footprint to be saved online, whether you want it or not, but the world is moving digital. And all the records, paper records, digital assets, well, everything will be need to be in a digital space. So that's exactly why we built Bank of Memories. What kind of problem do we solve? Probably all of you have a lot of storages, clouds, where you keep all the information from memories, archives, to some assets like in crypto wallets. You also hold your assets. But in fact, you are really afraid to open all these storages. Maybe 1% of the population have order there. But basically, people spend from $60 to $150 every year to keep all that load of information, which is actually not really important in the end. We are talking about hygiene in digital files. That's all we want from people, to just help them structure all their files and put them on chain so that this information, which is important and essence of it, can reach even a future generation. So our product is about a new way of building a family tree, messaging to the future with crypto assets. So basically you can do some video about something important. You send it to your kid and add there a couple of Bitcoins. Well, maybe 10 years ago, if you do it, now it will be just amazing. And what else is just we provide inheritance, not like all the bulk of information will be loaded on the person who will inherit, but just separate parts of what you need to every person will be sent to them. And it's built on distributed storage. That means that we are not keeping all the copies, like 3 copies that we keep. We don't keep it on servers like others do, but we keep it with people. And people earn money on that. It's like kind of Uber, but in our space.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you supposed to be switching pages?
Yeah. So the market now is the US market is the main market for us. 60% of all the customers are coming from there.
Irina,
and
sorry for interrupting you. What Oscar say is that your slides are not moving.
Oh my God.
No worry. It's my bad that I didn't say it immediately.
Oh, just a second. Sorry. That happened to me once.
Now we don't see your presentation. You stopped screen share, right? You started again. Yeah.
Do you see it now?
The market slide, right?
Yeah, the market slide.
Mm-hmm.
You see it now?
Yes.
All right. And now you see the slides?
Yes.
Good. Yes, sorry. So the market is, I go back to market. The market is in the US mainly. 60% of all the customers of our competitors are coming from there. Our business model is quite simple. So people basically only pay for what they store. 1 terabyte of data costs $90, which is very competitive, because not just we give people a possibility to store all important data, but also use features like messaging to the future, crypto sent to the future, and building a family tree. And the most important is to leave a digital will, which costs $99. You see the slide, right? So about the traction.
We see the slide with the market actually. So probably the presentation is stuck.
Now we see the next slide with business model.
Oh my God, this is something wrong. Okay, maybe I'll go like this. So the traction, our result is in 6 months, we gave really good traction, 60,000 followers. We managed to earn $1,500. 5,000 people are very active in our system right now. And we have a quite low customer acquisition cost, only 38 cents worldwide, which is, we believe, is a great result, because for all this, what you see on screen, we spend just $6,000. How to attract customers? It's through crypto community, because they're first gate to understand this product. Then all the wedding agencies and photographers that are dealing with customers who want to save the memories, and through traditional social media where we already have good metrics. Competition, when we talk about competition, there are already services on chain, but they are mainly focused on B2B clients, and there is no service like that in crypto community right now. Now, the most important probably slide is our team. Even despite this problem in Ukraine, none of them left, and we still keep working, even though they changed the professions. But right now, all of us, 5 people who are working on the product, have more than 10 years of product experience. I have a couple of awards like Women in Tech globally in Silicon Valley. Andrew, who is also an author of this idea, had 5 years in crypto, and our designer worked with Porsche and like for Fortune 500 companies to design a product from scratch. Alex and, well, they're both Alex, CTO and principal architects. They are really like high-level CTOs with a lot of experience. And for example, if you know Ukrainian market, like a top manager in Cyclone and now in Glow, that was the last position of our CTO. We have a couple of awards. We got a Draper University Award and scholarship from Team Draper that we are going to attend this May, and we'll have a demo day there in Silicon Valley in June. And we are raising $500,000 for to finalize our solution, so that to make it more friendly for just regular people to understand the product. And what we are planning is to 2022, to the end of this year, 100,000 downloads and 5K paying users. That's our main goal. Well, this is our P&L forecast. We are planning to be to break even during the second year of our activities, and on the third year we will be profitable. Well, I think that's the most important what I wanted to say. If you have any questions, I'm ready to answer, and sorry for that stuck presentation.
No worries, Irina. And also, since majority of VCs here, I guess they do not have specific focus on crypto startups, I also will introduce you later on, contact you with our VC analyst for the crypto deal flow. And he will help you also to present your startup to specific crypto VCs. But I want to give the word to VCs here who have any questions to Bank of Memories.
Yeah, I have a question. Thank you, Irina.
Thank you.
So how does a crypto person or another person use the, sorry, because I didn't from your presentation, I didn't fully understand exactly what you do, but there is actually, I think, something there of interest. So if you can just once again go through the, like, who uses it and how do they use it?
Exactly. Yeah, so we did a research around 1,000 people, and we understand that the first point of contact will be crypto community who already got used to that crypto flow. People who believe in the power of people, those people who believe that data should belong to them and not to corporations. These people are number one group who will use it. Then the second group will be mothers, young mothers, crypto traders who have kids, who have families. So those people are also interested to keep somewhere all the sensitive content, important content for them, but they don't want to upload it somewhere in social media, and just keep it somewhere on Google Drive is also not a solution. So this is the second group of people that will use the service. And the third one and the last one, maybe I didn't mention the story how this startup began. My co-founder's mom was sick with Parkinson's disease, and he started thinking how he could preserve all the important data and then pass it on to a future generation about, basically the grandma of his future kids. And there was no solution. So this is the way how people with Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and other issues, other diseases, they can save it and pass it.
So it's for testaments, for last wills, or?
It's not about people who passed away, but this is about people who are willing to keep something very important now and share it with their kids. Just an example, I'm young. I make a short, probably video and archive from me, and then send my crypto to the future to like 5 years ahead, so that it can be kept for my kid. Well, it's this feature can help just to save digital money for a kid in the future.
Mm-hmm. Oscar, is
sorry, because Mike is about to ask a question, but just one last thing. This 500,000, what does it give you for an investor?
$500,000. We already, by the way, I didn't mention that 200,000 is already committed. What will it give us to make an interface more friendly, and on a technical side to make servers and to make infrastructure tested and proved?
I mean, like, is it equity? Is it tokens? Like,
yeah, we consider both. So we offer 10% equity or hybrid. But for the first investors who will participate, we will give equity and token as a bonus, because it's a very early stage and not many people might believe. So we agree on giving all tokens.
Okay.
Got it. I just have one question. So is there any way you prioritize the structure of the data? Is it for any kind of data, being videos, pictures, and also PDF documents or whatever? It doesn't matter. And it's primarily about the storage, or is there also a way you structure the data in an appealing way then for, your children, for instance, in the future, or anyone else?
It is. We thought that there is also a lot of attention from small and medium enterprises as well, but we begin from B2C clients, and they can store everything. We have a wallet inside. So in this wallet, there will be all assets that you keep. And your relatives, or your mom, I don't know, or your kid, or maybe your close friend, we don't limit just to family. They can get some of the asset or some of important data that you don't want to share to anyone in social media, but that's just in your close circle.
Got it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Irina.
Thank you.
The remaining questions you can discuss privately, and we will follow up shortly. Thanks a lot for your pitch.
Yes, thank you. By the way, I talked to Bas before from Acrobator Ventures. We know each other from last year, but let's see. Maybe we can reconnect again with your fund. Thank you.
I'm sure you will get a lot of value from participating in the Draper University bootcamp in May, yeah?
By the way, thank you, InnMind, that's with your help.
Welcome, welcome. Looking forward for you to come back and say that you charmed all the investors in Silicon Valley.
Thank you.
Thank you, Irina. And I want to give the word now to the next startup, Baroque, and the founder, Diana Kocheva. Diana?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well. And I hope that you will not have problems with your presentation.
Yep, it will be even shorter than you can imagine.
Awesome. I mean a visual, so can please?
Visual, okay, yes. So let me start slideshow. Finger crossed it will work fine.
This time I will pay much attention and tell you immediately. Yeah.
So, hi everyone, I'm VP of Growth of Baroque app, and we are making art exhibitions accessible anywhere. How we do it only with mobile application and AR technology. So as you may hear, that art market is booming these days. Like for example, last year art sales reached $50 billion. But you know which market is also growing every day? It's creators. It's around 50 million content creators we have right now globally. And these numbers are like growing tremendously. There's a lot of problems in this industry, but we are mostly focusing on gallery side, and it's really hard for galleries to rent not so expensive buildings, and for creators to find galleries that they want to reach and enroll. For me as an art lover and for all us globally, it's really expensive to travel, and thanks to COVID, almost impossible to travel to check new exhibitions and museums. And it's really expensive to buy VR gear just to check exhibition. So how we help? We are making free and paid exhibitions. There's super simple admin panel that even galleries who is much older than 60-year-old can handle, and also young creator. And again, no special gear required. Who do we help? So we help art creators. We also focus on small and medium-sized galleries and on art lovers. I also want to highlight that we're not just new mobile application that you need to download. It's totally new experience. Like for example, during weekend, I love to go to a museum or a gallery. Now I can do it, you know, just sitting at the sofa or at the beach. How we make money? So it's pretty simple. We have subscription plans for galleries. It's monthly and yearly base. And we also take 10% from ticket sales. Our competitors, well, we found perfect bottleneck just because all our competitors have some minuses. For example, Artgate are doing tremendous job, but again, they're focused mostly on VR thing. And without special gear, it's just like walking in the games. Artplacer is mostly focused on interior art, and Single Art is mostly as marketplace and online presence for galleries. What do we have now? So we have Dream Team, we have working iOS application, and it's iPad friendly. We have first 150 lucky users. Again, we were lucky to have at least one commercial exhibition before the war. Our big launch was supposed to be on 2nd of March. We have passion to art and courage. Also, why to do it now? We see high interest in Ukraine. Sadly, we have all these wars going on, but good for art community and culture. Right now, trends are growing and more people are curious about what we have. And right now we're proposing our application as a platform for free. Our plan, so by May 1st, we expect to have NFT listings. For now, we can only have hyperlinks to NFT. We'll also show them. By 1st October, we expect to sign 50 galleries and 1,000 exhibitions. We have them already in our pipeline, and we are about to sign it by the end of February. And we are about to launch new Android version. So who are we? You already met me, and I'm working as business development manager for around 10 years. I was working a lot for startups as a mentor, as a sales like booster, but I'm also passionate art connoisseur and art collectioner. That's why I'm super passionate about this project. And our CEO Roman, he is not only CEO of big IT company, but he is also passionate photographer, and he found this problem just because he's photographer himself and it was impossible to find galleries to show his works. So right now we are looking for seed fund, and I can tell you more about numbers in a week, because this week we'll have luckily some tractions. Our team is back from bomb shelters, and finally we have some internet. So we are launching new exhibitions. Thank you.
Good, Diana, thanks a lot for your presentation. You really did it very passionate. It was noticed. Any questions to Diana? Oscar, please.
Yeah, when you say you will have other galleries, where are these galleries? How do you contact them?
So I started with European markets. I'm doing it myself. And I started with Amsterdam just because it was the most impacted area due to COVID. They were closed till 20th of January. So that's why they were first beta testers, and they were happy to have more online presence. And I started with Netherlands and UK market. But again, like doing step by step, I hope that it will be global thing.
Oscar, any more questions from your side?
We'll take it offline.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
Mike?
Yes, so just to understand it, is it primarily focused on, because you mentioned AR, VR, so is it focused on a 3D experience that you have, or do you also have like just a regular 2D experience to curate and discover, or like how does it work?
So first phase, it's 2D experience. I mean, with AR technology, you can check paintings, photographs, video, and also we are making audio guide. It's already launched today. But for the next phase, it will be 3D with this. So the thing that actually we are trying to highlight, we created special engine that recreated walking in these museums, like just like walking in the gallery. So I know that no one wants to hear anything about technology, but if being super honest, USP is this technology just to create new virtual experience.
Got it. And so I'm just curious, one question, what have you found, what's the best way for users to discover new art? Like, have you found like any specifics, what really triggers the user?
Yeah, so just like sales art is always about emotions. So the best way is to recreate emotions. So that's why we added audio guide. I found a lot of statistics why we also choose AR, just because it's kind of cheating our brains. So like art lover or like future buyer can feel and almost see the painting, because of course, due to COVID, online sales is booming. But again, talking about like small tickets. So first thing, it's AR technology. Second thing, it's audio guide. So that's why we have one wall that is focused particularly on the artist or painter or curator. So again, person when they see, or like the client when they see it and read it, they already have built connections and kind of relationship with this art painting, and it's much better than just to see it in e-commerce application or on the website of the gallery.
Yeah, and do you also, I mean, with machine learning, or like give recommendations to the users, or what are they likely going to like? Or
for the for the phase 3, we were counting it, because for the phase 2, we will be mostly focused on also on digital and NFT art. Again, it's just something that galleries can benefit it, because a lot of things, they are curious and they also want to jump in, but they don't want to investigate a lot. So it will be good if we can help, like if we can do it for them. But for the first, yeah, of course. And we also found a lot of engines, so we don't need to recreate our own.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, Leanox VC.
Is the target group more the people that want to go to like a museum like the Louvre, or is it more people that want to buy a painting at an auction house?
Neither of them. It's mostly it's art lovers who are really passionate. Let's say they are fans of their creators. For example, there's a lot of Instagram photographer star. So we're focused on this group. It's first. Second, it's that guys just like me who loves galleries and contemporary art. So you are not really buying, I don't know, probably it will be like normal idea to buy tickets and to go to Paris with your family to Louvre, but no one will tell you, hey, it's a great idea if you want to see some particular contemporary artist in Madrid. So we're focused on this group. And also we found like marketing life hack, just because these creators can bring their target audience. And that target audience is already interesting to see much more of them. So that's how we also raise in our community.
Cool.
That's it from Leanox, right? No more questions. Okay, Diane, one more question. You mentioned a few times that you plan also to add NFT collections there, but NFT sector, yeah, it's super hypey already for quite some time, but also very crowded, especially speaking about different marketplaces for NFT art, etc. So do you plan to collaborate with some of the big players there, or do you want to compete with them? I did not get it.
Mm-hmm. No, we are not marketplace and we are not focusing. We are helping to increase their sales, but we are not touching, let's say, numbers or like figures from their ticket. So we are collaborating. For example, we signed a partnership agreement with one Japanese marketplace that are focused on street art, and they need like street art NFT. So they need one place to show it, because usually in marketplace, again, it will be just e-commerce list. And with our application, users can see it on the wall. So it will be a totally different experience and it increases their sales.
Mm-hmm. And then you will also kind of make success fee sharing or something like that, revenue sharing model, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Right now, yeah, in our application, you can see right now we're helping a lot of different charity funds. For example, there's one Ukrainian charity fund that we're gathering Ukrainian artist NFT, and you can check it in our app right now. So we don't have linked directly to OpenSea right now, but there's one link to their OpenSea collection, and we are doing it for free. For the next phase, we expect that user can buy it with Apple ID, and then we will share like percentage from the deal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Diane. So yeah, I guess that we will follow up quite shortly, specifically considering that I already see some interested parties here. Thanks a lot for your presentation, and good luck with your startup development. Next one I want to invite is Revision. I hope I pronounce it correctly. Revision or Revision?
I'm pretty sure. Yes, Revision.
Okay, so Irina and Sergey, please.
Yes. Please, I can start. Okay, yes.
Sure.
Hi, everyone. Yes, Irina will show our presentation. Hi, everyone. My name is Sergey Shapirenko. I'm CEO and founder of Revision company. First of all, thank you for invitation and opportunity to talk about our startup. We are the best. We have the best service solution for the best solution for control service in Ukraine. And now I give the floor to Irina, and she will tell why Revision so popular in Ukraine and not only in Ukraine. Irina. Mm-hmm. Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And can you hear me well? Yeah.
Quite well.
Okay, so hi, I'm Irina Marchuk, the development manager of Revision, NPS implementation leaders and feedback service. We help companies to retain and return customers using an effective NPS system, evolve brand reputation, etc., and to measure the service. A problem that any business has is that 45% of customers are lost during the first 100 days of cooperation with the company, and 57% of complaints are usually provoked by the bad level of service, and only 0.9% of complaints are heard by owner. So we give the solution that help to hear the client from all communication channels, to return client due to solving their problems, and improve the service due to measuring it. For users, the form is very simple, because client only scans QR code or goes to the link in some messenger, write a review, put the mark, and leave some photos or videos and audio, etc. Then company get the feedback in messenger or personal cabinet and analyze the service in convenient dashboards. Also, as you can see, we have additional services like to read the menu, to give feedback, to call for staff, and to give a tip to waiters. And also we have benchmarking of service indicators for different industries, so the company understand on what stage it is in comparing to other companies. And soon we will have the system that helps business to build their own strategy basing on other companies' experience. Here is our market size in Ukraine. As you can see, here is more interesting. It's market size in Poland, small and medium businesses 1.5 million, and enterprise is 3,500. Total addressable market, as you can see, is 600 millions, and serviceable addressable market is 180 millions, and obtainable market is 30 millions euro. Here is our market size in Europe also, and in United States. Our business model is we have SaaS solution, monthly fee. We have a solution as for small, medium business and for enterprises. We have positive unit economics with a low churn rate because clients usually stay with us. Our customer acquisition cost is 280, and all the rest questions you can ask me later. Unlike our competitors, we are omni-channel. We use machine learning. Our price is more lower than from much more big companies like we, and flexibility. Our enterprise clients, about 180 world brands and Ukrainian leader trust us. As you can see, we have already international clients like British American Tobacco, New Balance, Pandora, Watsons, etc. And big Ukrainian companies also cooperate with us. Here is our team: Sergey Shapirenko, about 15 years in e-commerce and marketing; Sergey Goloborodko, about 15 years in IT. Our board angels are Peter Chernyshov, ex-president of Kyivstar, and Yegor Shadrin, the top manager of Amazon. Here our ARR, organic and investments. In 2020, we've got a grant from USF, and we've grown X2. Then we grown organically till 280,000, and to grow X15, we need to investment about $5 million. Here are our investment cost structure: 20% for operations, R&D is 30%, and 50% for marketing. Thank you for your attention, and then we can discuss. I'll get to answer your questions.
Yeah, thank you guys, Irina, Sergey. Great presentation, strong pitch.
Thank you.
Expecting questions from investors.
So thank you very much for your presentation. Just to clarify, you already closed investment round for 2 million, and then you are now raising for 5 million. Is it correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Okay. So what are the main milestones for this 5 million investment round?
The main milestones?
Yes. Let me answer the question.
In terms of business and development.
Yes, we have for roadmap for IT and roadmap for management, and our strategy is first of all connect big enterprise companies like in Ukraine, and also we cooperate with government. For example, in Ukraine we cooperate with more than 200 clinical centers. Also we connect Ukrainian post company Ukrposhta and Ukrainian train company Ukrzaliznytsia, and also we can find the same companies in another countries, and it give it make more popular us in this in these countries. So it's and also we made in Ukraine 5 big conference about service. It's very good lead generation strategy for us, and maybe Irina say another about our.
That's all.
Thank you, Sergey.
Thank you, Luz. Thank you, guys. Any other questions from VCs?
I'm just curious, how do you integrate with the customers, especially the larger ones? So, you know, what kind of integrations are building? How does it work?
It can be different kinds of integration. We talk about enterprise clients. It, for example, can be integration with the API. We have one example. It's a big client, Roma Kava, big coffee chain in Ukraine. They have their own application and they collect feedback in their own application, but they've integrated their API in our system and they collect their feedback in our personal cabinet. Then there they have an opportunity to analyze, to see the metrics, etc. And also we have the system of setting tasks. So they reduced their costs and time for applying the feedback about 3 times, etc. It depends on channels of communication. It can be physical channels like QR codes. It can be different maquettes, stickers, etc. Or it can be messenger, mailing, or it can be, as I told, API integration. For example, with the banks, also we integrate from our API, etc. We have different sources, so it depends on what company needs and how they want. But usually company combines different physical sources of communication like stickers, QR codes, and mailing and API integration, etc.
Got it. So, and on the customer side, I'm just wondering what's your like a key channel in terms of conversion, you know, for your customer acquisition? What works the best currently?
It's the best. It's call center, but if we don't
No, Irene, I understand the question. So in customer acquisition, the best conversible channel is first of all our conferences. As I told, they make more new customers for us, B2B customers, and recommendation from our customers like Burger King, Intertop, New Balance, and also direct sales.
That clear?
Thank you.
Yep, good. Guys, the last question from my side. Did I understand correctly that your business model and your target audience is large or medium B2B enterprises? So you don't have products yet for small businesses, startups with small teams, etc.
We have solution for startups, for small businesses too. For example, our service very popular between cafe, restaurants, small businesses, and small e-shops, for example. We have API integration for e-shops, and so we have solution as for enterprises and for small and medium businesses.
Okay. Thank you, Sergey. Thank you, Irina, and good luck with your presentation. We will follow up with you later on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. I think that Luz, are you still here? from Draper B1. Okay, so Luz just dropped me a message that she needs to join board meeting now, but she will review the remaining pitches in the recorded version, so that founders who are pitching the next don't get upset with that. Yeah, she promised to give you enough attention. Yeah, Irina, can you please stop screen sharing right now? Irina from Revision.
Yes, yes.
You're still sharing your presentations.
Okay, 1 second.
Thank you. Yeah, we still see it.
You still see?
Mm-hmm.
And now?
Yeah, still see.
Still see?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I want to invite AdLight team, Taras and Tanya, who will be.
Hey guys.
Taras, yeah. Hi, Taras.
I will present. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks.
Try to share your screen. Yeah, good. AdLight by Power.
Yeah. First of all, thank you all for the opportunity to tell you about our startup. My name is Taras. I am co-founder of AdLight and business analyst at Pava Venture Studio. We are a machine learning venture studio driven by Ukrainian tech talent. Our studio was founded by investors and founders of Reface, backed by Andreessen and Horowitz Ukrainian startup. Before Pava, I worked as a management consultant and a marketing specialist at Genesis, promoting products in such verticals, entertainment, social, education, health tech. So I faced all the pains marketers feel daily. We have an amazing team of bright and experienced guys with all the necessary experience to build successful startup. And all of the team was moved to safe places in the west of Ukraine or abroad. So AdLight is the startup by Pava. Our product detects most interesting moments from the long videos and helps in converting them to short ads and promo materials. With our product, we target a giant and fast-growing advertising market with a highly growing share of video ads. We conducted a deep research in partnership with advertisers, game studios, power advisors, and so on. And here what we found. Currently, digital advertising process requires a lot of manual work. While video advertising is the most growing niche, marketers still need to manually select and snip all the clips for further advertising. Furthermore, while creating ads, marketers rely on their personal expertise mostly because there is no tools for creating interesting and engaging ads. That's why most of the ads campaigns launched are inefficient and stopping within the week. Finding the most engaging gameplay scenes take too long, and that's why we developed machine learning model that detects video highlights and snip them to short ad videos. Here is the short demo of our product. So you can see that you can upload any long video, and then machine learning model will detect the most interesting moments, and you can resize or customize your video. You can add start or finish screens and so on. And as an output, you will get the promo material ready to use in advertising. In our product, we use deep summarizing network to detect the highlights. You can see the curiosity graph built by machine learning model on the slide. The highest points of the graph are recognized as interesting by machine learning, and we will use it for advertising. With our partner game studio, we already launched first test to measure how our ads will perform, and the results are inspiring. Machine learning generated ads performed much better than manually created ones. The test is highly representative. It was conducted by marketing specialists in real-time comparison with manual created ads. We showed more than 1 million impressions at different geographies. So the gaming advertising use case is already proved and validated by the test. but our vision is much more broader. We are planning to enter all the industries where long videos processing take place. So we are planning to expand on such interesting gaming streaming on Twitch, video call recordings, podcasts, and webinars. Just imagine that you have a tool to select most important part from 3 hours lecture and get 20-minute summary with all the necessary insights. The competition is tough, but our product works best for specific advert case. And this is our unique tech advantage, our competitors. Our business model will be the mix of subscription plus pay-per-video monetizing models. So at pre-seed stage, we are planning to raise $500,000 to cover team, sales, and infrastructure costs for a year. So that's it. Thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions, you are welcome to ask.
Thanks a lot, Taras, for your presentation. And just to clarify, you mentioned really great results from your beta testing, if I understood correctly, but the MVP is live or not?
Sorry? MVP?
Product prototype.
Yeah, we already have the product prototype, and it is the web page where our partners and clients are uploading their videos and getting their ready to use highlights.
Mm-hmm. So if people are here and those that are watching us on YouTube, they want to try it, they can go to your page and try some test version, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, awesome. So questions from investors, please.
So I was wondering on the data side, so how the ads created, is it purely based on the interpretation of the machine learning model on what's interesting in the video, or do you also take like historic data points in terms of user engagement of videos into account? Like how does it work?
Currently, we are using 2 different machine learning models. One ML model is unsupervised. It is detects the highlights without labeled data, without any marking data sets. But currently we are testing another one model, which is labeled by hand, labeled manually when people so like this video is this moment is interesting, this moment isn't interesting, and we will test such model and compare the results. But currently our current unsupervised ML model already show great results.
Got it. And just to clarify, because you started saying, so this is spin-off out of a venture studio, or the team you showed is completely now then dedicated to this project, correct?
This is the spin-off of our venture studio.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Interesting. I'll check it out. I'm curious.
Thanks.
Oscar, please.
I don't have a specific question, but I do have a company in the UK which has 12,000 YouTubers. I think they would like to talk to you.
Thanks. Connect us with them. We are welcome.
Yeah. And the venture studio, just on the cap table, like what does that mean? Like the core people, how much of the company do you guys have?
We have a core team for every specific project, and for this project as well. So most of the guys are working only on Adlight, but we have deep expertise, a lot of advisors in our venture studio, and they are open to consulting for us.
Taras, I guess Oscar was asking with the venture studio how much equity they own, just to understand,
yes,
how
thank you.
The cap table looks like.
I guess this question will be better to discuss personally in
okay.
messaging.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Oscar, Mike, we will gladly introduce you to Taras directly so that you can ask all the questions that can't be maybe answered publicly, right?
Yes, thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, thanks a lot, Taras. Great presentation and very curious product. I think that even if you did not find the investor, you definitely found some clients here, yeah, leads, which is super important for every startup. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I want to give the word to Mikita from QAI. Mikita? Yeah, Mikita, please unmute yourself. You are muted.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. 1 second, let me share the screen. Okay, unfortunately, I can't share the screen because I don't have a full rights since this this is a laptop of the company. Let me think how to fix this.
Okay, Mikita, while you are fixing it, we can do the following. Take your time. We'll move to another startup.
Yeah.
You will do presentation next. Will 5-10 minutes be okay for you to fix?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for this.
Take your time, don't worry. And I want to invite Dima Lilik from Zion. Dima?
Yes, hello guys, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Okay, and you hear me with my headphones?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So let me share the screen. Okay, yeah, can you see?
Yes, please.
So Zion is a metaverse for public learning and co-working. Our tagline is when Zoom meets Teams. And we are the company who has not only plans destroyed by Russian invasion, but also our logotype and the entire identities. So besides our regular roadmap, we are also working to rebrand. So what we are doing, the problem which we are solving is that Zoom fatigue is real, and based on customer development interviews, very often at online conferences, people are not engaged, they do not network with one another, and they do not engage with sponsor content. At the same time, the future of communication belongs to digital tools, especially across virtual learning, remote work, and virtual conferencing. So the solution which we offer is Metaverse, where every user explores a virtual world through avatar, socializes with other people, and attends professional events like occasional conferences or some educational hubs and communities, and the office where that specific person works. Why now? We started back in 2020 when we saw how companies were using video games for professional communication. And back in 2021, big players stepped into the market and warmed it up. So now is the perfect timing. Our revenue and business model is mostly relying on subscription. The numbers which you see are validated through customer development interviews. In addition to the subscription, we will have one-offs only for big conferences, which happen occasionally. And later this year, we will build asset marketplace. Based on these numbers, we are able to reach a 6-digit MRR by the end of the year, which is pretty feasible with a 600 billion market size, which we are already getting through outbound and social selling, because there are a lot of companies who announce them to be remote first or remote only. Also, every month there are dozens of bigger conferences happening online and thousands of smaller meetups. Once we have product market fit there, we will add PR and SEO, as Metaverse has become a great trend. We already have early customers who are waiting to be launched. You can see their letters of intent here. And mostly those companies are either educational institutions or digital creative offices, or companies who organize conferencing meetups and similar networking events. Competition. Metaverse is a hot topic, and all the competitors, they are very different and they have different approaches. So I combine them in terms of how they scale their SaaS, how they use avatars, and how gamified they are. And Xeon is the only tool which combines 3 of those approaches, which gives us a competitive advantage. I will play a brief teaser. This is the product it's a prototype which we built months ago for you to have the feeling. So a user is inside of the virtual world. A speaker can share the screen and play some content. People can react to that content. People can also talk to each other simply by walking to each other, imitating real communication. People can send text messages to find each other and to make groups. People can dance, share emojis, basically very regular stuff. Every avatar is customizable and every person has a unique look. Everything what you see has been built as a prototype months ago, and currently we are working on more diverse and sophisticated product which will scale and work for clients. Okay, our roadmap will allow us to reach 30% product market fit by the midsummer, and after that we will go into tokenomics and incentivization to provide new channels for users to be acquired and to have more services on the platform. Our international team consists of hustlers, hackers, and hipsters. Personally, I have experience with organizing conferences and meetups, and I know the market. My co-founder, Oleg, has been designing interiors for leading companies, and our tech team has experience with building secure enterprise communications and virtual worlds. We already have signed in advisors, mostly from Silicon Valley, who represent either technology or HR space, like Tuhan Mirani, who is people manager at Airbnb, or regular marketers who also help us with going to market. We are part of 2 accelerators, and we won a grant here in Ukraine from the startup fund, but obviously we didn't get it because of the war situation. And what we are currently asking for, we are asking for small amounts with angels specifically. We will be ready for seed round in 3 months. And by being ready, I mean that we will have the product launched, beta testing finished. We will have first paying customers, and we will register our IP because all the technology which we have in place today is custom technology without relying on third-party tools. And we invite you to join us in building a digital cradle of new civilization. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dima. Thank you for your presentation. So, questions from VCs?
Maybe, short question. I would like to maybe understand positioning a little better, like you have, for instance, Ready Player Me that's focusing purely on the avatars. And then I think you have more and more players that are building like the kind of the conference virtual experiences. So how do you see yourself in terms of competition and in the landscape?
Okay, so first of all, Ready Player Me is not a competition at all. We are using their avatars in our platform. So they are technology used by us. In terms of competitive landscape, think of 2 sectors of metaverses. The first one is very known brands like Decentraland, Sandbox, Roblox, and similar stuff. I exclude Meta for, we can talk about that differently, but I put them very differently. So with these first ones, they are really cool. They are technologically savvy. They have a lot of inspiration, and they are going viral, but they are made for gamers, and they are not made for professional people to have events, offices, and other stuff. On the other side, you have a different type of metaverses, which are rather corporate, and very often they are quite boring, frankly speaking. And they, the biggest issue they have is that they don't have open world. That means that people who go to one conference will never interact with people who go to a different conference. And as a user, if I attend 5 different conferences a year, I will need to download 5 different apps from the same publisher. because every app expires after the event, so they don't have networking effect. What we do differently, we combine these two approaches, which means that which is replicating the physical reality. So I have my avatar and I can walk into my office to meet my team, to have some discussions with them. And after that, I can walk out from the office and walk to a different building and attend a conference there. And that's how you build the city. And that's how people meet each other, create connections. And that's how networking works. And for companies, that means that besides having a virtual office for their employees, their sales reps can go out and do sales. Their hiring managers can go out and look for talent. And all their employees can go out to educational conferences and events happening around. And if we flip that value for a conference organizer, that means that besides having a location for their audience, we can bring additional audience because we know who are those people, what companies they work for, and what type of events they usually attend. So that creates this networking mass effect.
Thank you.
Okay, Mike, is it clear now?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, good. Thanks a lot for your presentation, Dima. Good luck. We will follow up shortly for further.
Thank you.
Yep. And I want to come back to Mikita. Did you solve your problem with screen sharing?
I solved, but I cannot. I don't see the button there to share the screen. So I take another laptop, but now I see it. Sorry, it's the evening.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Do you see? First of all, please tell me. Do you see my screen? And the slides?
Yes, we can see your screen, and it is also powered by power. So powered by something. Add light, and QAI is powered by power.
So basically, Power is a venture studio, so where all these startups are born.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Go on.
And let me check the. Do you see the next slide?
Yes.
Just to be sure that it works. Okay, great. So I'm ready to start. Hello, my name is Mikita. I want to pitch the revolutionary startup for the gaming industry. And let me start with the problem. If you have played the games, you might have noticed how frustrating it is to when you have the situation when you almost complete the level, but you're stuck because of some bug. And despite the huge cost that game developers spend on the game developing, these bugs are still easy to find. This is because all the testing is done manually. And human testers are not able to cover all the edge cases and scenarios in the game. And that's why the manual testing is slow. It doesn't bring an expected quality, and also the budgets on quality assessment departments are really huge. We started to dig deeper into the problem and spoke to top industry experts in the field, and conducted a lot of customer interviews, and understood that this problem is shared among almost all game developers. So we decided to fix this with product QAI that helps to automate game testing with reinforcement learning and computer vision. So that our customer can reduce time to market and release new features, new changes, and new levels to the game much faster, increase cost efficiency, and also improve user experience by drastically cutting down the number of bugs in production. So we cover balancing. Balancing is basically identifying the difficulty of the level, and this metric is really important to improve user engagement. And also we can find quality and performance issues. So here you can see this is our first successful integration. Here our bot playing and we successfully understood that we can play 50 times much faster than a human tester, and also we were able to find dozens of bugs here. So we decided to start with Unity plugins since it's the most popular platform to develop the games. Our customer needs to connect the plugin, train the bot, run testing on our clouds, and then it will have our clients will have the result with analytics of balancing and bugs that we are able to find. We started to work with platformers and hyper casuals with the simple games, but then we decided to move to much more lucrative space. So we decided to focus on mastery games because the revenue share in the game industry is really high, and also the logic of mechanics is similar across the different games. Our market is our immediate addressable market is $3 billion, and it grows. It has 12 annual growth each year. Our business model is the following. We take $2,000 for integration, and also we have monthly subscriptions from ranging from $6,000 to $12,000 depending on the plan. Our main competitor is a Dutch company, Model AI, that do balancing, and also there are other big guys, but they don't work with the games as we do. We already have 2 integrations that we've done recently, and we now are willing to get the results. We now are finishing to develop our MVP, and we are planning to have 3 paid customers till the end of spring. And at the beginning of summer, we want to raise a seed round. We have a wonderful team with a huge experience starting from investment and ending with machine learning experience. We are raising 1 million seed round in order to get 30 customers on board to have $4 million of revenue per year in 24 months. And we want to spend this money on infrastructure, sales, and team. Thank you guys for your attention. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask.
Nikita, thanks a lot. Great presentation, but I let investors ask questions first.
Maybe just one question around Unity, but also, for instance, Epic and their Unreal Engine. Is what do you think is the risk that they're gonna implement a similar solution for the ecosystem?
Yeah. Actually, it was one of our biggest risks. So, and we decided to go straight forward, and we spoke to the developers in Unity, actually, of the guy that is responsible for machine learning advancements. And so, yeah, our tool is built on top of the machine learning framework in Unity, but they don't have any plans to expand it further to have like so we actually create a really tool that can be used for specific types of the game with really easy to use user experience. But the unit just started to work on the similar tool, but from technical side, and they decided to stop working on it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. I see there is a question from Oscar.
Well, I don't have a specific question. In this case, I see some synergies. I will let experts do the questioning. We have an established game publishing company, and I will revert them to you.
Excellent. We now are actively searching for customers, and also and even different perspective would be really valuable from game publishers. Thank you.
I fully agree. And sometimes reference to clients, and leads can be even more useful than direct cash invested in the company. So, and by the way, I remind to Mikita and other startup founders here that in addition to VCs and fundraising goals, don't underestimate the potential of collaboration with other startups. So if you see here any kind of startup that could be a potential partner for you, client or a supplier or R&D partner or whatever else, marketing, cross-marketing, let us know and we will gladly also introduce you between each other. Plus for Mikita specifically, if I understand correctly, you can work with different type of gaming startups, right? Mobile gaming, web browser games, AAA games, etc. Yes or not?
Currently, we focus on mobile games that are made on Unity engine. So
real is not your target, right?
Unreal Engine or what? Sorry, I didn't hear the question you asked.
So not in Unreal 5 engine.
No. Currently not. Probably we will expand, but 70% of all mobiles game are made on Unity. So we decided to stick with that platform first, not to have like two parallel directions and to focus on a specific one.
Okay, that's clear. We will follow up later on, Nikita. I guess there are some potential partners from the gaming startups.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Oscar, you want to say something?
I was just coughing. Thank you.
Bless you. Okay, then the next one is Elomia Health and Taras Pogribnyak from Elomia. Yeah, we see your pitch deck, Taras.
Can you hear me?
Right now, yes.
Can you see my nose if I present it like that?
Yep, your slides.
Or on your slides or additional like presenter view?
No, I see only your slide.
No presenter view. Okay, great. So yeah, hi everyone. My name is Taras, and all I want from Go here is to build an AI that would replace a therapist. The reason is that our world is on fire. Every year, 1.5 billion people face psychological problems, but 67% of them don't get help. That's because therapy is expensive, scary, and not available at night when you actually need it the most. I've had experience with both depression and psychotherapy in the past, and I know what it takes to become happy. Now we are working on changing that with an amazing mental health tech team. Anastasia, a PhD psychologist with 13 years of experience, who was an intern at Dr. Brooks and Greenwich University. Valeria, who has 5 years of experience in mental health marketing. And Michael, the best conversational AI engineer in Eastern Europe. I myself, a chatbot developer, a former chatbot developer, and a second-time founder in the mental health space. Our AI advisor is Artem Rothschild. He's ex-head of AI at Replica, one of the best AI engineers in the world, and the man who partly created the field of modern conversational AI. And we started our journey from Elomia, a mobile app with an artificial intelligence that works like a therapist. So from the user's point of view, communicating with Elomia looks just like communicating with the therapist through text messages. Unlike other chatbots, our AI doesn't use buttons or scripts and generates each response from scratch. That's why you can discuss anything from stress and anxiety to something very specific, like a fight with your son last week or a war in your country. And Elomia will listen, understand, and support, trying to say what a therapist would say. And sometimes her answers are so realistic that our users can tell the difference between her and an actual therapist. Our secret sauce is that our AI is based on our proprietary data set. which is, by the way, the world's largest mental health data set, and insights on how to apply GPT-like models for a mental health analysis. And recently, we've been even mentioned by OpenAI during their speech in the UK Parliament as an example of a safe and promising solution. Our early adopters are people from the US who can't see a therapist or need additional support between sessions. And for them, WOME is 40 times more affordable, available at night, and more private. It's easier to confide your secret to a woman than to a human, as she is not a living person and no one will ever know what you said to her. Our business model is based on a $15 a month subscription, so we estimate our total available market to be $51 billion. First, we will focus on 44 million people who can't get help any other way in the US, and we think that we can capture $20 million in 3 years. Currently, we have the MVP of the product and the first revenue. We have tested the advertisement channels and basically we know how to scale it. There is demand for that, as we have a 10% install to payment conversion rate, and that is 5 times higher than the average in the App Store. And I believe that this high conversion rate, this already is a good indicator of demand. We get a lot of positive feedback as well. And 7 people even said that a woman has saved their lives. Talking about mental health, AI, our current AI is one of the best in the world, but it's still far from perfect. It's just better than alternatives for our target audience. We are still working on our LTV and we know how to double it. Since the start of the project, we have already did it and we have increased the duration of the session by 5 times. But because we have a small team, it takes a lot of time. To start developing faster, we want to raise 300K. Well, we wanted to raise 300K to hire CMO engineers, cover infrastructure and marketing experiments. Today, we already raised 135K. And this money will allow us to reach 200K ARR in a year and start scaling it to a top grossing app that saves lives. Then we will also sell it as a B2B2C service to companies that want to cover their workforce needs. Our AI learns from talking to users, so thousands of users will allow us to improve the product even more and scientifically prove its effectiveness. So when I say that we will scale it, I mean that we will be able, that by scaling, we will be able to improve AI effectiveness and thus improve our LTV and basically made it valuable for B2B2C customers and for the humanity in general. I think that in 7 years is going to be the global go-to solution for 70% of mental health issues, because therapists are not perfect, but AI can be, because therapists, they cannot learn like that, but AI can. Yeah, that's it. I'm ready to answer your questions, and thank you so much for your attention.
Taras, thanks a lot for your presentation. And I guess that in the current days, the demand for solutions like Elomia, they really increased.
Yeah, we also launched a free version of our AI for Ukraine. And as far as I know, like more than a few tens of thousands messages have been sent through it already. But it still lacks some skills that can be useful, like in Mariupol, because no mental health app is made for people who are more than 20 days without food, without water, without like some medical services and so on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Any questions to Taras about Mia from VCs? Oscar?
Just route to market. What's the plan that you guys have at the moment?
About go-to-market strategy?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's relatively easy. Before that, we got our first 10,000 of downloads from organic channels.
Like right now, you have 10,000 downloads.
No, like we had before that. So I said that we got 10,000 downloads from organic channels and some from referrals. Every second customer says that they recommend a woman to their friends. So organic is one of our channels, but we plan to scale through paid ads. And we started paid ads in January. And so far we have some promising results. So we now run it with the 10% ROI. That is like not great, but what it allows us to do is to conduct basically free A/B tests and to gain more signals for AI training without losing much money on marketing. And over time, it will help us to make our AI more effective. And after that, our CAC LTV ratio will become better, and we will just stick to the normal mobile acquisition channels. And this field is very competitive, but if we got some success already without like full marketing team, I think that we will be able to do so even despite that it's very competitive.
And just one last thing, on the money, how much did you say? Sorry.
So we raised 135K already. So we want to raise like 150K approximately. And we raised it under a 3 million pre-money valuation using SAFE.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Taras, one more question. What about geographical focus right now?
Yeah. So all like not all, but the majority of our users are from US. And like some say that there is no stigma in the US, but it depends on what exact issue you have. So and we plan to we plan to stick to the US. This is one of the biggest market for the mental health. And in general, our product currently works better with the English language. But as we showed with that demo for Ukrainian people, we can implement it in other languages as well.
So in your go-to-market strategy, you will focus on US market as well, yeah? Mostly.
Yeah, for sure. We are already focusing on it.
Okay, that's clear. Thanks a lot, Taras, for your presentation.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, next one, Yegor Walovsky and Fintellect. Yegor, are you with us?
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Thanks. Then let me start.
Sure.
Yeah. So hi, everyone. My name is Igor Walovsky, and I and my team are working on the startup called Fintellect. So Fintellect is the CFO in the app made for small service agencies. And you may be asking yourself or me, why them? And the question is simple. So this is a very interesting segment of the SMEs that has been growing rapidly for the last 5 years. The service volume has almost doubled. That's the good reason why many new small teams from digital IT or hybrid sphere are coming up. However, the financial planning and strategy is always a problem. And there are many financial and economical questions that these guys on the team don't have the answer for. And moreover, they usually don't have somebody who does, because it's too early and too expensive to hire the CFO. So usually the alternative is the Excel or Google spreadsheet. So that's quite problematic approach, because it's not really the financial software. So a lot of data gets to be invalid. It's a time-consuming routine with a very low level of prediction and analytics, and also the project finances, which is important for the agency, is very unclear. So we are coming up with a sector-specific tool that will help the small service firms to make sense out of the finances. We have two types of competition. First of all is with the classic accounting solution when it comes to the cash flow. However, we stand in a different category of financial planning and analytics. So here we tend to be the only tool that can be used without massive financial expertise or the person on board. So we have several things for that. First, it's easy to plan with the Fintellect. We have flexible budgeting when you can do your projections to know the plan A to plan B to plan Z. When a hard time is around the corner, if you have any kind of cash gap coming up. Second, we automate the cash flow using the power of open banking. So it's easy to connect most of the European banks and things like Wise, PayPal, also some crypto solutions, all in one statement. And last but not least, we have the project finances, which let you understand at what price the project should be sold and if you're actually meeting your expected profitability during the execution. And if you have the problem, where is it and how much does it cost? This is reliant on the data of the popular time trackers that these companies use. So we have the vision to expand this to the true assistive technology of the CFO to help the companies with interpretation of the data and not stare at the spreadsheets, which is often unclear and hard to understand. So we have a good mix of craftsmen and entrepreneurs on our team. Both me and my co-founder have been managing the service agency. I was doing the IT firm for over 6 years, and Daniel was managing the digital marketing agency. Eugene, who is our CTO, has quite extensive expertise in high-load solution, including booking systems and high-load things. We have 2 developers that are familiar with the fintech, especially Pavel. So he has been dealing with a couple of neobank solutions recently. And we're also quite proud from our UI UX perspective with Victoria, who has made this beautiful slides as well. So in terms of traction, we are quite early stage. Part of the plans for the Q1 have been affected by the war. However, we plan to act as much possible in a normal kind of state of things. We're currently doing the private beta, and we have 53 users, 53 agencies that have purchased the subscription at the pre-product state. So the idea was valid enough to actually trust our first subscription before we have launched. So now we are testing out the product before we go public. So we have simple monetization for now. It's the simple product with the single user and the team plan. We plan to introduce pro version for the mid-size market a little later on. And our strategic vision is also to adapt the payment processing. So the companies could not only visualize the financial data, but actually managing finances, like issuing the invoices, doing the payroll, right from the Fintellect interface. So in terms of market, we would be targeting the countries from the Eastern Europe, UK, and Canada. So these are the markets with the most concentration of the service agencies, studios, bureaus. So they are more accessible in terms of acquisition cost, and also the concentration of the outsourcing companies is much more interesting. So we use this kind of CCC formula for the go-to-market plan. So this is the content, collaborations, and community. These are the tools that this creative and IT agencies are using for themselves. So any kind of listing websites, portfolio services, communities that they are pretty active at. And we have this step-by-step release, the vision that's our business model should look like. So in the end, this kind of agency software starter pack, the tools that are in the top of mind, you know for sure what you're going to be using for the sales, for the projects, or you can replace by the HubSpot, for instance, but you know a couple of tools that are in the top of mind. There seems to be a missing puzzle when it comes to finances, because Google Sheets is not really a financial tool. So we are here to make this picture complete and complete this top of mind. We are currently at our pre-seed round, actually at the beginning of it. So the sum that we have allocated was 450K. And we have been discussing deals with 1.8 pre-money valuation. We have one soft commit. However, there's can be some adjustments due to war disruption. And we're happy to talk business. Happy to answer the question if you have any.
Igor, very good pitch. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Yeah. Questions to Igor, please.
Sorry?
I welcome VC to ask questions. Oscar?
Yeah, yes, we communicated before, and I'm sorry, can you go through your traction since the last time we spoke?
I don't remember actually the last time we spoke. So if you can recall the date, maybe I can.
Okay, if you can just go through, if you don't mind, once again, your activity.
Yeah. Let me get back to this slide. 1 second. Yeah. So that's the traction slide. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. And so 53 users, and where are these users located? Eastern Europe, yes, you're starting with.
Yeah, this is Eastern Europe. So we had an extensive chunk from Ukrainian agencies because they were, the proximity was simpler for us. The good thing is many of them has successfully maintained their operations. So there's even we have done the survey, and 50 to 20% actually has grown in revenue and grown in number of contracts that they do. So that's the surprising factor. However, we are planning to extend the users from target countries of Poland, Slovakia, Czech Republic, and we actively looking into UK. So that would be the primarily targets for the ones that we will add up for this private beta period.
Okay, and just one last thing, in terms of the capital, can you go back to that slide?
The fundraising?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So you have, okay, so you have 25 soft commitment of the 450, yes?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, okay. And you see this, this product, well, Eastern Europe, UK, and the US, is that something of interest?
Well, US is the point of interest. I guess we would be looking at the Canada first, because it's a little bit more easier in terms of acquisition cost, and also a lot of web productions, a lot of video productions, or in Canada, there's kind of outsourcing hub for the US. So that could be the good playing ground for that one. If we would take a step further, I would consider the Latin America market as well. So US is quite interesting, although there are a couple of competing solutions that are combinable with the QuickBooks and Xero. So in terms of competition, it will be a little bit harder. So Europe would be the primary target. We will be looking into the Canada and possibly Latin America if we're speaking about like 2 or 3 year perspective.
Okay. I don't know how the method, I don't know the method that you got your 53 existing clients. But this comment is more, it's on a broader level, beyond your company also. If there's, let's say, quite a few companies have the following decision: one, to be, let's say, a local player, which means don't spend as much money and just do more physical things to build a niche in your region, let's say East Europe or Europe, yeah, and build a business like that and attract capital at an adequate valuation that reflects that. Or the more riskier part is that if you wish to, let's say, go to US, Canada, this and that, because those are 2 different animals and 2 different probable outcomes. So it's not really a question, yeah, it's just something to consider, yeah, depending of how you actually acquire customers. But yeah,
thanks for the remark.
Yeah.
Thank you, Oscar, for your feedback. And Igor, I received a question in the private chat for you. So if Fintellect is serving only traditional businesses, or you also have accounting solution for crypto-related companies?
So our focus would be on the financial planning and prediction. So we do have the cash flow component. So you can connect your bank accounts, you can connect your crypto wallet if you are using this as the asset. So you will have this converted, in your balance sheet to some default currency. So you can include any kind of Ethereum, Bitcoin assets if you're dealing with crypto as the way for your clients to pay to you. However, we are focused currently at this niche of service agencies. So, well, if you are doing, if you're launching the NFT projects and you operate as an agency, you fit, you know, the perfect buyer persona for us. But you know, if you are developing any kind of you know, second layer protocols, I don't think that the business model fits, because the way we have our budgeting and the project finance structured is a better fit for, let's say, video production or design studio or this kind of tool.
Okay, that's clear. Igor, thanks a lot for your presentation.
Thank you.
We will follow up shortly. Okay, next one. I want to give the word to Yaroslava from Universal Business Operating System. Yaroslav, are you with us?
Yes, hi. Hello, everyone. Glad to see all of you, and thank you for this opportunity. Let me share my presentation and check. I don't know, but
we don't see it yet.
I don't know why, but it's also forbidden. I'm trying to share.
You should be able to do it without any special permissions. I can give you the organizer's rights. So let me make you co-organizer. Yeah, you are.
Oh, yes, I see it, but the same. I think I need a couple minutes to solve this issue. Sorry for that.
Okay.
Can we shift with Alex if Alex don't mind?
Sure.
Sorry.
Take your time, Yaroslav. I want to invite Alex Petrenko from Zebra AI right now, and then we will come back to Yaroslav, okay? Alex, are you ready to pitch?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys, thanks for having us here, and it's great to see some friends here and some new faces as well.
Good. Welcome, Alex, and yeah, please go on.
Thank you. So we are a deep tech startup, and with our AI core technology and ability to work really efficiently with 3D, we are trying to solve a couple of core gaming challenges, and I would like to start with a couple of those. First one is the production data size. Imagine thousands of developers who need to have access to the latest build, which roughly might be 200 of gigabytes. This information needs to be distributed worldwide and updated a couple of times a day. And during the release phase, lots of great games part are typically cut out of the games because it's really challenging to fit all of the information, all of the content on the data carrier. And during the distribution phase, millions of people trying to access latest release, which creates lots of friction and challenges to download it during the first day of release. And of course, each new patch and each new update might require the same amount of memory and same size as the original game. Second big challenge is content creation process. With virtual worlds growing consistently with each new title, with each new year, more and more unique content expected to be produced to fill in those virtual worlds. As an example, GTI 4 open world data size was 16 square kilometers, and GTI 5, it already increased to 75.8 square kilometers. And those square kilometers need to be filled with unique content, which creates additional challenge of resource allocation. The content production phase is the most time-consuming and expensive part of the game development process, and it requires sometimes up to 5,000 artists with Cyberpunk as an example. So how we are trying to solve those problems? We have an AI-assisted platform agnostic complementary to each other tools. Consider this as an ecosystem of products or a separate standalone platform. We do created a compression engine to compress data for those virtual worlds. We can create and compress SDFs, meaning we can compress information about 3D objects, their textures, geometry, and their materials. We can also compress lighting techniques. We can compress visual effects, physics, and essentially all volumetric data, meaning we can decrease virtual world size, decrease infrastructure cost, and of course, increase ability to produce this content. With our visual effects engine, we create real-time low-code and no-code tools to create visual effects and visual content for all virtual worlds. It's water, fog, dust, smoke, and fire. And we do also have 3D content engine. Our goal is to automate the 3D content creation process for all worlds using and converting text inputs, all 2D inputs, sketch arts, reference art, and so on and so forth. For developers, we are really speeding up the development process, boosting their creativity with AI inputs and suggestions. And for end customers, we actually bring hyper-personalized experience by giving them ability to modify those virtual worlds. We do already have a proven product market fit and some industry validation. We even created the product market fit as a separate metric, and we are tracking this metric on a weekly basis. We part of NVIDIA Inception program. We do have our Discord community of around 723 members. We do have some community adoption with around 11,500 of organic installs. Our user growth is on average 133% month over month, and our revenue growth is around 93%, also month over month. And for this funding route, we are raising somewhere between 1.2 to 1.5 million to speed things up just a little bit, to increase, of course, our technical capacity to add support of all platforms and all gaming engines, and of course, to scale sales and marketing activities to continue this momentum. That's it for the presentation. Thank you.
Alex, thanks a lot for your presentation. And if I may ask from the beginning, what type of gaming startups or game developers are you targeting?
So good thing is that we are completely agnostic in terms of acquiring users. We are, as a first step in our go-to-market strategy, we're targeting small to medium gaming companies. And of course, after adding a separate integration team, we will target big enterprises as well, because they do have a custom engines, and it might require some additional polishing and additional integration to integrate there as well.
Mm-hmm. You know that on InnMind, there is also a specific deal flow for so-called crypto and Web3 startups. And there is a huge flow of gaming, specific gaming startups. Some of them are AAA games built on Unreal Engine 5, etc. Some of them are mobile games. How do you think all these are also your target customers or not?
Yeah, absolutely. We do have our integration with Unity and Unreal, so they both fit very well in our ideal customer profile.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then please later on share with InnMind team also your sales presentation that is targeting not only investors, but also your potential clients. And we will gladly share it with other gaming startups.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good. I will share it right after our call.
Mm-hmm. Good. Oscar, I see you have a question.
Well, we know Zebra. It's a deep tech company. We're already in discussions, and actually, to further on that, within the crypto world, it could be of interest to some of the people even that you know that don't traditionally do equity, but in this case, they may.
Perfect. Sounds good. And it's good to see you, Oscar.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day live, Alex. So
yeah, for sure. Counting days.
Come on, you're working in tech sector. You should meet somewhere in metaverse, right?
He's working on it.
Yeah.
To create it. So yeah.
Okay, any more questions to Alex?
No.
Okay, Alex, thank you very much for your presentation. One more time, we will follow up shortly after that, both for the fundraising process and of course for the lead generation and contacts with your potential leads from gaming startups, okay?
Perfect, sounds great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And coming back to Yaroslav, now last but not least, of course, Yaroslav, one more attempt.
Hi again, let's check it. Let's try. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Make it bigger.
Okay, yes, sure. I'm shifting the slide. Is it okay?
Perfect.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, hello again. My name is Yaroslav. I'm CEO of BOS. We are developing operating system for business. BOS is a new generation of business management software, a universal platform that connects most existing business applications into one ecosystem. Today's company is a zoo of unsynchronized separate softwares which cover separate elements of the business, and it's not easy to maintain the whole business, to foresee the whole business as solid ecosystem. So we would like to solve this issue through our high-level BMP, business management software. And one more thing, probably the most disruptive, we would like to dilute IT department as a middleman in the chain, or IT outsourcing company as a middleman in the chain, through developing domain-specific language, which we are developing at this moment. It's a real human language with the business terms, with the code base behind all the term. And when business analytics have to describe new business processes, he or she should just describe this new business process using these business terms, and voila, we have the code which could be implemented on the fly. There is no there is no similar application or software on the market at this moment. We have three different groups of software that partly cover our issues that we would like to solve. For example, it's universal BPMS like Appian, Red Hat, IBM BPM, Camunda, etc. But they are very huge and have quite poor integration to real business functions. There are some specific BPMS like Ratio, quite good, but they cover only narrow functions like marketing. And also there are universal middleware like Horizoid. It's a very huge software which require very high educated, high level professionals to use this tech stack to code. And the main differences in the mindsets between our team and our competitors' team, that we develop the software for business employees, not for the IT engineers in the companies. Regarding the technology, we are developing our own technological stack. We call it Mitarchia. It's 5 years on the market. We used it when we developed our previous products, and it's also open source and used by many others, quite successful startups and companies on the market. And there are 30,000 engineers are in the community of the Mitarchia. There are 4 founders in this startup. Myself, I'm former CEO of the first and biggest Ukrainian science park. I'm also GP of the USP Capital Venture Fund. We invested in 12 early stage startups. Eugene Yichno, he is Chief Product Officer of BOS. He's a very experienced guy in IT in the field of systematization of the companies, and we work with him when we realize that one or several of our startups is ready to shift from the startup stage to the system company. So he described new processes, he helped us with implementing all necessary software to create sustainable company which is not dependent on the personalities like in startups. And that he was kind of a bottleneck in these activities because he's only one on his team and we have 12 startups. So we decided to scale his experience, and that's why we decided to build this software to solve our pains, our issues, but now we realize that it's important for the many other companies. Timur Shemsudinov, he's our CTO and the architect. He is kind of rock star in the Ukraine, #3 software engineer according to the GitHub. And Vague Milikan, he's our CFO and also angel investor in some of our previous startups. Regarding our product roadmap, we are on the second stage. We are developing our functional prototype on the base of the first 2 customers. It will be pilot. It is pilot customers that pay for this solution, and we will have it in 5 months. In 3 months after that, we will have Horizon domain-specific solution. In 6 months after that, system platform and cloud platform in 12 months. Business model. So we will have adopt open core adoption. It's a kind of freemium model, so there will be a free part of our product. If our customer would like to have premium feature, such customers will pay. And also one more resource of generation of the cash at partner sales network. And the very last slide. So here you can see that we need 650K investments, offer stake 20%, break-even point 11 months, and EBITDA at 18 months will be a little bit more than $200,000, and EBITDA grows plus 17% per month. Thank you for your attention. I'm mostly in 5 minutes. Thank you. I'm ready to answer all your questions.
Yes, you were perfectly in time. Thanks a lot. Oscar, do you have questions?
Yes. So is this a project that came out of USP Capital?
No. USP Capital, it's a venture fund that we established a couple of years ago, and it's invested all the money into 12 startups. So it's absolutely separate project. But the pains that we feel in the USP Capital, we used to solve by this project. But it's you know, at this moment there are 4 founders and that's all. We do not received any investment yet, but we work in 2 areas how to generate money. First of all, we are selling, and we have 2 contracts at this moment with 2 companies, and we are knocking into the doors of different VCs, accelerators, incubators, and so on. But we do not receive any money. But yesterday we received an invitation from Startup Wise Guys. It's a B2B accelerator from Estonia, and we will be in their next branch from the next Monday. And also we have conversation with different investors, but we are pure at this moment.
Okay. I know Tulko, Alex Tulko.
Alex Tulko, yes, he is one of, there are 3 GP, Alex Tulko, Alex Labanov, and myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And Wise Guys, you're going there, so it's done deal. You'll be part of their accelerator. We know
we invited in pre-acceleration program, so there are 30 companies will be there, and it's equity-free acceleration program for 8 months, and then we will decide what to do.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Thank you. That's all for us.
Thanks.
Oscar and Yaroslav, if you are considering also accelerators, one of the partners who committed to watch the recorded version is the B2B accelerator from Australia. So I will ask them to pay attention to your project and give the feedback, and we will connect you later on.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot for your presentation. I know it's the hardest is to be the first and to be the last. So I hope that the investors were keeping attention till your presentation, and definitely will follow up in the next few days. Thanks a lot, Yaroslav.
Thank you, and thank you for such a great opportunity. Thank you for supporting us. And
I wish you stay safe. I remember you are still in Kyiv now, right?
I'm near Kyiv, not in Kyiv, but near Kyiv. I'm in Ukraine.
So take care, and we will keep in touch with you. And yeah, right now we are finished. I know that many of you have a lot of things to do still, so I will not spend time for extra rhetorical knowledge base or whatever sharing, yeah, as we do usually after the pitching sessions. And I want to remind to everyone, Mark Nazar, who helped, venture analyst from InnMind, who helped to build up this pitching session, he will follow up with each and every one of you after collecting feedback from investors. We already received some feedback and asks for interest from those investors who were here today, the most proactive ones. And we will collect the feedback from the rest within the next few days. please be patient, because it usually takes time for VCs to digest, to analyze, to review the pitch decks one more time, and so on and so forth. But we will definitely be pushy. And guys, one more time, we remain at your disposal. Should you need introductions with other startups as potential clients, leads, or partners. And of course, in addition to those great VCs that we had here in Zoom, we will follow up with those who watched us in recording, and come back to you with warm introductions and follow up for the deals. And very, very special thanks to the Untitled team and to Oscar, who is always super proactive, super helpful, and really, I believe that Untitled does a lot of great things for the market and for the industry development. Oscar, you are amazing.
Well, one thing that I would say under the current situation, and we are in talks with other Ukrainian companies too. I alluded to Zebra as one, but people who are fighting, picking up guns and so on, we like, and that type of mentality translates to having balls and action in business. So we like that sentiment too. But if one is already out, well, that's just how it is. That's not to diminish those who are out, yeah, but those who are in and need more time of completing projects, it's totally understandable and admirable. So yeah, we wish you all the best. And unfortunately, you guys are on your own, because EU and so on are really have not decided to act. So that's unfortunate. Yeah. But anyways, thank you very much.
Oscar, I fully agree. That is the time when business helps to business, yeah, and supports each other. And guys, if in addition to fundraising, etc., you need support in reaching out to accelerators, for supporting relocations, etc., a lot of partners of ours are doing this. For example, next week, there will be also the pitching session for Ukrainian startups by Startup Network. I think many of you know this organization. It is built and brought up by Ukrainian founders, and they work internationally. So if you need any connections with them, let us know. We will also share with you by email all the links and applications if needed. Also, we are supporting the Unchain Ukraine, the foundation by crypto community that aims to support, to provide humanitarian help. They already supported, I think, around $2 or $3 million support they provided. And if you are involved in some humanitarian organizations, let us know. And yeah, we keep in touch. We remain at your disposal, and we will follow up shortly for the results of this session and for the follow-up talks with the VCs. Let us know if you need any other help from InnMind, and good luck with your project's development, and stay safe and take care of yourself, guys and girls. So thank you very much for being with us today. And of course, thanks a lot also for Untitled, Leanox, Acrobator VC, and Draper B1. Don't be lazy, guys. Review the decks, remind the startups, and let us know what interest do you need.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Thank you so much,
everyone.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.